Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butella.
I'm Jill DeWitt.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butella with Jill DeWitt.
Hi.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of title insurance. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Jordan asks, and this is the title. It's Buying in Arkansas. Love it. Has anyone here actually tried the source Jack discusses at about the 6-minute mark? I love this, of Chapter 3. This is so cool. The Arkansas government website from which you can buy land for ridiculously cheap prices.
I have.
It kind of seems like something you could put into the, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is category. But since Jack mentioned it, I figure it's worth asking about.
Why? Because apparently nothing Jack says is incorrect.
No. Oh, yeah.
Trust me, that's not the case.
That's so good.
And that kind of power makes me really uncomfortable.
Oh, my gosh. Here
So
we
I
go.
would say cross-check and triple-check everything I say. No, I'm just joking.
Silly. You're silly. A couple of our members have done this, and so I didn't see any comments yet, but I know a particular couple who have done this.
Their names are
Successful.
Curia and Rowdy. And we've
Yes,
done a
they
show
are.
with them. If you want to know about this, go back in our podcast and listen to that or watch that show with them. Yeah, here's the deal. Arkansas has a state centralized way of getting rid of property, getting rid of the property that the taxing authority has taken back, the counties or whatever. So every single county has to follow this statute, and you go to one website and do a bunch of stuff. So it turns out we have multiple groups, Jill. And if you go on Landpin, there are multiple groups buying in our group, multiple people buying property in Arkansas and posting it on Landpin for a lot more and selling it. And again, like with all of it, the real winner is the person who buys it from them. So I've purchased properties from the state of Arkansas for $50 or less and sold them for a heck of a lot more than that. So yes, it's totally viable. What you have to be careful of is in two specific counties, Fulton and I think it's Benton. I'm not sure. It's Fulton, and there's a very large HOA-driven subdivision. There's 2 or 3 of them. So you want to be careful that you don't jump up and down and celebrate about the fact that you're buying a $50 piece of property that has like $3,000 worth of accumulated HOA tax back fees on it. That's the catch. If you stay out of those counties, and please don't take my word for it, do all the research that you need to do. Make sure there's no other liens involved in these assets that you're purchasing. But specifically in other counties, you can buy some like 5 or 8 acre properties that are really, really nice and really valuable and sell them. It's a lot of work. I'll tell you, It's a lot of work. You've heard it on the show 5,000 times. I'll say it again. There's quite simply no replacement for sending out a mailer. That's why, hey, look, I bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties for $50 or less there. And then why would I stop doing it, right? What changed? Well, what changed is that it's just easier to open the mail. It's easier to receive an offer, hundreds of offers back a week on offer campaigns that I've sent out. Open the mail, choose the best one, and make the money. Make the people come to you. When you're going to go to Arkansas, you're going out and doing something instead of making them come back to you. So
It's true. It's a lot harder that way.
Is it good? Yeah. Is it a great experience? Yeah. I would recommend maybe you spend a weekend buying a couple pieces of property, get it out of your system, and then go do the real deal.
I love it. It is much easier, you're right, letting them come to me and knowing my offer was well received.
Yeah.
There's nothing compares to that.
There's 4. I'm not going to get into it here, but there's 4 levels of. They have 4 levels of how far back the properties are, and at level 4, or maybe it's level 1, I can't remember, but the farthest back one, you name your price, and they will take the deal. The first level is a version of a tax lien deal, and man, there are some unbelievable properties that are available in there for very little money. So it's pretty cool. It's called the Division of something. I don't know, Arkansas. Check it out. Hey, for the record, Arkansas is not the only state that does this. There are several states that do some version of this. Some of them are county-based, and some of them are national. There's also sites like Bid4Assets, the number 4, BID, the number 4, assets.com. They handle all the tax deeds for the counties in California, and Jill and I regularly buy property there. So it's up to you. But none of it stops us from ever sending new mail campaigns out. If you have a question or you want to be in the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. Today's topic, the good, the bad, and the ugly of title insurance. This is the meat of the show. A couple of days ago, we had a show that was called, all about title insurance or some version of that. Mm-hmm. And it was so popular that I guess we decided to do another one. Mm-hmm. So what do you think the good and the bad, the ugly of title insurance is, Jill? I mean, forget about escrow. Let's talk about the actual title insurance policy.
Oh, okay. The good, boy, it takes the work off my plate. There's times that there are some transactions where it's just tricky it's not cut and dry, husband and wife, and they're still married and still alive and happy and ready to sign, and they've owned the property for 30 years. It's not always that way. So when it's not that way, and maybe someone's passed on, and maybe the trust is missing, and now we have a sibling who claims something, I don't know, but they'll get to the bottom of all that, and I don't have to. So that's the good. The bad, I mean, really there's a couple bads. Time and money.
Time and money.
Yeah, those are the bads. Is getting a title policy a 24-hour experience? No. Are they doing other deals alongside yours, so they're got a lot on their plates? Yes. Do they sometimes want to take the easy way out and tell you it can't be done? Yes. You feel like you're sometimes, might be pushing along your title representative, your title agent? Yes. I swear, sometimes I feel like they're trying to kill the deal. I'm like, knock it off, Yeah. Just because a guy didn't answer the phone yesterday doesn't mean that he went AWOL, right. Email the person, and I've had to do that. So, yeah, it's going to take some little bit extra work sometimes to push them along and get them done. Even the times that I literally, pretty much prepared all the documents and handed it to him with a bow on top. Seriously, they still have to go through it. And some title agents are, they've been doing it for 40 years and they still do it the same way for the last 40 years. They haven't learned about this whole new thing called the internet. They might call it the interweb or something like that. They have different names for it. And they have to. They don't even, this whole attachment thing is new to them. They're not, not really comfortable with a lot of that stuff. They fax or they mail. So, that's one of the things. But, is it a necessity sometimes? Yeah. To do, there's going to be some times that I'm going to use title insurance. And it may not even be a dollar amount reasoning. It's just the transaction warrants somebody else taking care of it and making sure it's done right.
Exactly. Well said. The thing with title insurance for me is that, like all insurance, until something really happens and you need it to cover something, you don't read it. Well, one of my jobs here is to give you a heads up on some of this stuff, right? That's why we have Land Academy. Title insurance, if you get a title insurance policy, please take a look at it and read it. Specifically read the Title B exceptions, and you're going to fall out of your chair about what these title insurance policies do not cover. What a title insurance company does, insurance policy does not cover is this. Anything in the chain of title that has not been recorded. Okay, well, that's what title insurance is for.
Isn't that funny?
That's exactly why I would buy a title insurance policy, to protect me against the unknown. That's why I buy homeowners insurance. That's why I buy car's insurance, but not with title insurance. Unless it's recorded, They're not going to insure it. So that now they're off the hook. This is why one of the reasons it's so cheap, because it never gets claimed upon unless there's a massive dispute. When's the last time Jill, have you ever heard of a title insurance claim? I never have. Not once.
No, it's funny. When you really sit down and read them, at the end of the day, all they're really insuring is the same thing as a notary, that I'm insuring that guy showed up with his ID, and so I proved that that's the guy signing it. I didn't prove that he's able to sign, or the right person to sign, or there's no other claims against it, but I am saying that John Smith proved to me he is John Smith.
And John Smith, and he owns the property. He doesn't own it. We don't know if he owns it or not.
Right.
He's the guy that deed right before you. That's right.
Exactly. I'm like, so sometimes it is kind of silly. You do feel like it's formality, but it is what it is right now until you and I get a hold of this.
Exactly. Jack and Jill, changing the way you waste money on a real estate transaction.
Right.
Trying to reduce it to zero.
Right. So the big picture is, instead of spending $800 on this, we're going to do this a lot easier and a lot cheaper and get the same stuff and faster.
Right.
We're going to do it.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
I can't wait till that product is out too, but I know it's going to be fall this year, but
yeah,
it's going to be a huge time saving and cost saving for us and everyone.
I asked the company that we're working with, which is First American. It's a division of First American that we're going to be able to provide this for. And they were provided two quote unquote deliverable examples, real deliverable examples of what our members would receive. And I was elated with the quality of the product. And it cost us $75 to provide it. So we'll probably just charge $100 to keep the lights on. Or some version of that,
Exactly.
Maybe we're going to have some people running it because the thing's getting big now. So maybe be a little more than that. But
it's still not going to be $800 or $1,200 and whatever people are spending.
Nothing like that at all. And then the only other real limit there was, Jill, since we're talking about it, is what we're talking about is TitleMind.com. You'll be able to just input your information and kick back out a title and do the deal. Title policy.
And it's for everybody. This is not just in our world. This is anybody in real estate, here you go. Right. Yeah.
So I'm excited as heck about the thing, and it comes in fast. But the only real limit is the geography. It doesn't cover 50 states. It covers a lot, but not all 50. So, and the prices vary substantially for state to state. All that'll be but there's no surprises in any of this. It'll all be disclosed, and it all has to do with the fact that some states are harder to get information from the counties, and we all know that's the case. So, it's what it is.
The bottom line is we're here to solve problems and make it cheaper for everybody, us included. And that's what we're going to do.
Exactly. Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and
this was the Cash Flow from Land Show. We're the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.